We're ready to start training block 5, weeks 9 and 10. I don't know how much you could see of it, but it's raining today and it's cold, and this is going to be the weather until March up here. So with that said, I've got to adjust my training schedule appropriately. Rather than trying to run 2 13-mile runs during this block, I'm only going to do one, primarily because at this point that's a 2.5-hour run for me, and that's a long time to be spending away from the family, etc., etc. For the biking, again, I'm up to about 50 miles at this point, and that's 4 hours. I don't have the time to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it to more of a frequency deal. We're going to try to get just 8 hours in the saddle during these 2 weeks, whether that be on the bike trainer or whether that be on the road. Swimming, haven't talked much about it, but the governor just closed this down with the second wave of coronavirus, so not going to be doing any of that. I am going to throw in probably about 2 or 3 upper body workouts just to try to stay strong, make sure my back is strong. And then finally, I'm going to do a brick. And what a brick is when you ride your bike, you get off immediately, and you run. You're essentially simulating 2/3 of a triathlon. It's very painful because all the blood in your legs are in the muscle group for riding a bike, and then when you when you go running, you have no blood there and you have to move it. It's just it can destroy you, so I want to be ready for that. So I'll do my first brick this training cycle, and then my weight, I'm going to stay on pace, try to lose 2 more pounds, get down to 180 averaged over 7 days, which will mean that I will be dropping below 180 for the first time in about almost 20 years. That's going to be an exciting moment when I hit that. So let me just finish up this little slow run that I'm going through. I'm finishing up this training block by changing things up, which is a hike up Pinnacle Peak. It's a 1,000-foot butte by my house, just to recharge the mind, recharge the body, do something different. And this is my go-to workout when I'm not doing these triathlon training, which I don't do. I do once every 2 years anyway. So feeling good. As far as this training block, the brick, I knew was going to be difficult. Taking a little pee break on my workout today. When I woke up, I just started pacing around the house, drinking coffee for 2.5 hours, trying to psych myself up for this workout. It's my brick. It's going to be 22 miles on a bike and then a 3 to 4 mile run. It's not too difficult, but it's the first time I've done this in about 2.5 years, so I'm a little bit nervous. The irony, of course, is it's only going to take me about 2.5 hours. Had I just got out and done the workout right off the bat, I'd be done by now. But sometimes fear kind of takes over. Let's go. Ended up getting 24 miles on the bike, 3 miles on the run. My run was actually a lot faster than I thought. My bike was a lot slower than I would have liked. But it was just to kind of tell the body, hey, this is what's going to be coming after you. And overall, I'm excited, but I also realize that I've got to continue to do those, increase the distance, increase the intensity, because Utah is going to be just unforgiving. The runs, I probably got about 6 runs in, mostly 5-milers, but I did get that 13-miler in. Ooh, so got my half marathon in today, 13 miles. It's also the same distance that I'm going to be running during this half Ironman, so that's significant. Of course, I didn't run it following a 56-mile bike ride. I'm running it in nice temperate weather, not 90-degree Utah desert weather. I gained 100 feet of elevation other than the 1,200 I'm going to gain in this race coming up. So it's not quite apples to apples. It's more apples to pears. Not an orange. Orange and an apple are completely different, but pears and apples are similar. So it's a milestone. I'm happy. Just keep moving forward, keep the mileage up, and start working on hills. Felt really good. The last 2 miles, my legs were a little tired, but overall, it's a milestone. The bike was kind of interesting, you know, going on time rather than distance. I think I probably cut it a little bit short. I probably want to increase it in the next couple weeks as well. But you know, it was a mixture of on the trainer and on the bike, even the brick. So overall, I nailed it. I got the time in. Like I said, I probably have to increase that. I got to get better on the bike. My most dreaded workout, the bike trainer. The other day I rode to work, which is 20 miles each way. Brutal day, but I enjoyed it. Cold and wet. I'll do that any day over this. 40 degrees in this garage. Look at all the sweat. Been on it for 45 minutes. It's a good workout. Maybe that's why I hate it so much. The weight, well, look here. You can watch the weight. That is one big milestone. That scale I stepped on, I actually bought 15 years ago, on the day my youngest daughter was born. At the time, I was working at the casino where they didn't allow you to go out to eat for lunch, so they just fed you unlimited amounts of food. And I knew I was gaining weight. But when I bought that scale and stepped on it the morning my daughter was born, 212 pounds. I was so fat. At the time, that scale was the highest tech scale you could buy. It calculated both your BMI, your body mass index, and also allowed you to set a goal weight, which was unheard of at the time. So 212 pounds, I set a goal weight of 180 pounds. Well, I just hit that this morning. Only took 15 years, but I'm there. Believe it or not, I never actually hit 180 over a 7-day period. For 5 of the 14 days during this training block, I had hit 180.1 and just could not get below it. I'd bounce up and down. Thanksgiving didn't help. But overall, I'm calling it a check mark. 0.1 pounds, that's a check mark for me. I feel very strong, ready to continue on to the next cycle. So even though COVID closed down the gyms, the governor is actually allowing us to swim in the pools. I didn't know that, so I couldn't get all my reservations in, but I did get one swim in. And I've got to probably offset that with some push-ups and sit-ups and some upper body work, weight, just so everything isn't lower body. And eventually, according to this vaccine, by the time this triathlon is ready to take place, I should be getting in 2 to 3 a week in there, so I'm going to catch up on that. I'm not too worried. I'm going to give myself a B+ on this. Hit majority of the goals, and the ones I didn't, I was very close on the line. Not an A because I can't technically check the box on the weight. I can't check that box on the upper workouts, but the other 3 I nailed, and I'm going to get ready for this next training block. I think it's going to be super duper fantastic, super califragilistic. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.